Hello everyone, welcome back to NFTV. We are just outside Craven Cottage, 1 or 2 parks away, kind of in between Putney and Fulham. But with Sam, we've got the last word for you. Not a good afternoon for the tune, is it? Hello everyone, welcome back to London. We're going to do this twice in a few days, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope the second time's not like this. This is, it's been a while. Quite a humbling feeling after watching that, but you can't say it wasn't coming, and you definitely can't say it wasn't deserved.
Totally agree with you. We'll come on to that in a sec. We'll go at the line-up because it probably gives you a small indication. Would you agree, Sam, that whoever isn't starting plays on Tuesday?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, a couple of changes from Wolves, some that were merited, some that I don't think were. Willock came in, Trippier came in, which I think was absolutely fair enough. They were both superb. We wouldn't have won that game at Wolves without Trippier and Willock. So they warranted their starting places. All right, didn't really work out for Willock today. I thought Lewis Hall was unfortunate to be dropped. For Lloyd Kelly, who came in, who got hooked at half time. And I thought Joe Linton was incredibly fortunate to start today as well. I don't understand why we're not getting Tonali in from the start. There's no excuse anymore.
And your man, Sean Longstaff, didn't even play, which is very rare. Normally, Sean, if he doesn't start, you'll get a sub appearance. So he'll definitely play on Tuesday. But obviously, the big one was about Alexander Isak. You had a couple of doubts with the ball grazing his eye, which is probably a little bit unheard of, and obviously was his toe, wasn't it?
Yes.
Obviously, reports last week that was a bleed and a knock, but obviously.
And then it's a toe, and you think, well, and then he was facing a fitness test yesterday, and you think, well, Harvey Barnes had a toe injury that kept him out for 3-4 months. So, but yeah, he started today and was largely ineffective.
Like many of them, and obviously no Callum Wilson, which news in the press that came out that he is going to be out for probably another few weeks.
Another month.
Yeah, because then the international break comes round. But let's get into it then. We thought we scored, didn't we? Straight away.
Yeah, we haven't seen this offside back, have we? Because it was the complete polar opposite end of the ground. But obviously it was upheld and it was no good. And it was kind of not against the run of play because it was still a bit early doors, wasn't it? But we didn't start with that usual zip and zest that we have done pretty much every game of the season so far.
It's interesting because most of the games we've started well, then had a big drop, and then come back later on. Obviously, this was the other way around. Fulham were just a better side for the first good 15. When did we score that offside goal?
I don't know, but that was being very generous.
Yeah.
We had a spell in the second half, obviously, but which we'll come to. But Fulham
dominating movement. Newcastle looking lethargic. We'll come on to Newcastle more in a second. But obviously, that offside goal, we're at the other end. We've got no idea. We've only just literally come out of Craven Cottage. Things that we'll see on the last word. Sometimes we'll watch it back and think, if only we had a replay. However, they literally scored, what was it, a minute or two later. And don't get me wrong, it was Raul Jiménez, wasn't it, who scored?
Yeah, took it very well.
Chested down, turns, but he's given time, isn't he?
Centre-back pairing were woeful, especially in the first half. Burn and Share were absolutely terrible. Well, the whole team was first off. It's down there when it comes to worst performances under Howe, that first half. Took the goal well. Very deflating, obviously, after we just had that chance. You're looking to press on from there and turn the tide of the game. But 1-0 down. And
you want a reaction, don't you?
Yeah, which we didn't get.
No, we didn't, because I think the second goal is even more calamity. Because it's just
all three were absolutely
Do you think the second
minging.
one's the second one, because there's a few you can point the finger at. The third one's Bruno, we're now that. But the second one is who's got Emile Smith Rowe, first of all? Who's tracking him? Obviously, the ball, I can't remember who played him in, to be honest. But Emile Smith Rowe, and it's bread and butter for Nick Pope.
I wouldn't say it was bread and butter for Nick Pope. When an attacking side get into that position, you expect them to score. Now, the shot was a bit weak and Pope should have saved it. Yes. However, there are a plethora of things that went wrong before we even got to that point.
Oh, yeah, you could. I'll do the video in the next few days, maybe after the Wimbledon Day game, because I might do a double analysing the goals. But for me, there's just a catalogue, and obviously just seeing it once, I know that already. We've only just come out of the stadium. We've had benefit of maybe 1 or 2 replays from the other end of the ground from their goal, but it was awful. It was like
It's almost as if we needed a new centre half in the summer.
Well, I mean, we'll come back. I want to come back.
Mr. Mitchell.
He was there today, so was Darren Eales in the cottage. I want to ask you something later in the last word after we hear from Eddie Howe, but can he get a response again? He's 2-0 down. Can he nick one before half time? We had a little bit of pressure, but I think the best chance was the team effort, which Leno saved and Gordon cutting in. But even in that first half, Sam, look, I think the second half was a bit better, yes, but so many players lethargic and not willing to put the foot in and coming out with bottling headers and you're talking big names, yeah. Isak was one of them. Gordon's one of them. The midfield, what's happened?
Awful, all of them.
What? Why? What's happened?
Don't know. No excuses this year. We're only playing once a week. There's no fatigue excuses this time, I'm afraid. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost maybe we've been sussed out with this 4-3-3. We switched to 4-4-2 in the second half, and that kind of changed a little bit for a while. But maybe we've been sussed out a little bit. Fulham knew exactly what they were doing today. They stuck to their task well and carried out their game plan with aplomb and deserved to get the win. They were completely the better team throughout, barring 15-20 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, double substitution. I had to. We were absolutely shocking. So, remind me who it was.
It could have been. Fulham had plenty more chances as well.
Yeah.
We skirted over that a little bit. You're pissing into the wind if you were trying to highlight a chance that we had in the first half. Fulham could have been 3-4 up, and we would not have been able to complain.
Lewis Hall was brought on. Who was brought in?
Jacob Murphy
on the right.
4-4-2, didn't we?
And we scored literally
straight away
through on that build up on the left hand side. And talk me about the goal.
Yeah, it brings me on to another point about pressing. Actually, our first press came in the 25th minute, which, when you watch us over the past couple of years, is absolutely mind-boggling. But yeah, Murphy did well, working hard as he always does. Sometimes it's effective, sometimes it isn't. It was certainly effective this time. Got through, put it on a platter for Barnes, who put it in the corner, because that's what Harvey Barnes does. And
man on form.
What a start to the second half. Can we go on now and get something from this game? And we can't. We had chances, but yeah, it was certainly an ideal start to the second half.
There's no shadow of doubt, but Harvey Barnes is probably Newcastle's best, would you say, attacking player so far this season?
Yeah, because he has moments.
But he's having better moments than Gordon and Isak and that, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. That's what attackers are paid to do. And
has to stay in the team.
Of course he does. Yeah, he looks so much better on the left, didn't he? They did switch today for the last half of the first half. Gordon and Barnes switched, and Barnes was useless on the right.
I agree.
Has no real left foot when it comes to putting in a cross or shooting. So
totally forgot about. I want to bring up Lloyd Kelly because he was pulled off at half time, just going back a touch there before the goal. Adama Traore just ripped him apart after time.
Adama Traore ripped us apart. Emile Smith Rowe ripped us apart, just running straight. All they were doing was running straight through us. No midfield. Willock was terrible. Joe Linton he gives the ball away too often.
Bruno had a poor game in my eyes as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I think it's very rare we'll come out and criticise star players, but I think it's when it's warranted. I think today you've got to point the finger.
Yeah, it was terrible.
At a few of the lads on the pitch today, but we got the goal back then, so the crowd is singing. It pumps it up and thinking, right, okay, how are them? We've got loads of time to get an equaliser. You literally scored on the 46th minute. You got all the rest of the half. A little bit of Fulham were coming back in. I think they had two chances to make the forced Pope into a couple of saves after a couple of minutes apart. But the golden chance for me is Fabian Schär.
Yeah, before then Gordon had a great chance, didn't he?
Yeah, keep that saved, yeah.
Straight at Leno.
Keep that saved, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Fabian Schär.
That's the golden one.
They made a glaring error. They mucked up their goal kick routine, and yeah, Schär was. I don't know why Schär was still up there, but he was, and yeah, just you'd have put your house on him scoring that, and then at 2-2, you'd have think, Jesus, can we shithouse our way to another win?
Another one, yeah. And maybe if he looks back at this, but his eyes lit up when he sees goal, because I think it was 2-1, but it all happened very quickly, and that was a goal one because I think half the crowd.
The net rippled, didn't it? But it was just the wrong side of the net, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was. Just on a side note as well, a couple of former podcastees appearances were guests.
Couple,
yeah.
I saw James Bay.
Yeah, James Bay was near us. The boxer as well. I forgot his name.
Well, it's not Tyler Denny because he's fighting at Wembley tonight.
You know, the big one, the Geordie lad from Benwell.
Oh, Steve Robinson.
Yes, he was in the crowd. He was near us. So, anyways, back to topic. Another double substitution. Was that too late?
70th minute, wasn't it? 71 minutes. Tonali came on.
Yeah, the crowd was singing, lifted the crowd. I think Eddie Howe's probably got that one back of his.
I don't know why he didn't come on at half time, to be honest, but I don't know why he's not starting.
Tino Liver meant to come on and give a little bit of energy on that right hand side. And
yeah, he did okay.
we've seen Will Asula get his competitive debut. Didn't have enough impact.
Well, he won't.
Well, I think he'll start Tuesday. I think you will.
Yeah, but we're playing a League Two team on Tuesday.
I think he'll start Tuesday. I think Isaac will just be rested completely. I think that's sensible in my eyes. But we tried to try and come back later on in that game.
They showed fighting spirit, which is what you want.
Which is the minimum what you want, though, isn't it? It's the minimum requirement. And obviously, we were up the pitch, and then Bruno's got the ball in the kind of like our left back position, and doesn't want to knock the ball out.
Passes it across your goal. What are you taught as an 8-year-old?
I think it gets a slight deflection off someone's head, but you can't do that. It's criminal.
Emotional guy as well at the end, wasn't he? He was
doing this.
Hands
my fault,
up.
pointing to me. My fault. I like that. That takes ownership. That takes leadership.
He had no choice.
Yeah, some players won't.
No, very true, very true.
Some
No,
players.
you know what you get. What you see is what you get. Heart on your sleeve with Bruno, isn't it? So yeah, he's very full of contrition,
There's
wasn't
the two
he?
Buscan pass were there. One of them anyway.
Yeah, so it's a real shame. I don't think we would have got that equaliser anyway. The game was going. I think the chance, as you said, there was shares, and then you just know the writing's on the wall, and some days isn't going to be your day, unfortunately. But you can't say it wasn't coming. We've
I do want to come back to that in a minute.
We've done so well to get where we are, and yeah.
3-1, game hour, Fulham celebrate. Newcastle fans, loads of them walking out. The game's over. But this is what Eddie Howe said about it.
Yeah, disappointing first half for us. I mean, the first goal we conceded was a poor one. Very unlike us in our defending, really. I think today we were uncharacteristically loose. Something we'll have to look at and reflect on. Second half was much better. We had chances to score. We were well in the game at 2-1 and had opportunities to go 2-2. And the third goal kills the game. But yeah, the first half was painful for us. Well, it did today, yeah. I think in the first half, I think that's fair to be labelled at us. I don't think we looked as sharp as we can do. Physically, I thought they looked superior to us. So that's stuff for us to, of course, look at. You know, every individual player and ourselves need to, analyse that initial period in the game. The response was good. The character was good. We know we've got, great professionals in the group, and there was a really strong, solid response in the second half, but it was too late.
Let's go back, because I did say I'll come back to it. I'll park Mitchell stuff in a minute, but the performances, we're coming out the ground saying that's been coming. We've been taught a lesson. How do you see it today? Because you look at the results have been great up until now.
Yeah, but it's not sustainable, is it?
Yeah, well, Steve Bruce managed it somehow.
It's not. It's not sustainable. You can't keep on playing like that. You're picking up the odd result here and there and expecting it to go on and go on and go on. Like there was a few murmurings today, wasn't there? Though, top of the league if we win today. I don't want to get that expectation. Do
you not think sometimes coming back down to earth?
It's not. I hate saying things like this because it's not for me to say, and people can do whatever they want. It's no business of mine. But I didn't like the Europe again, ole ole, at the end of last season because we weren't there yet, and look what happened. And then
that's on a technicality.
No, I know. I get that. Like I say, but I don't like preempting and expecting something that's not already in the bag.
Why are we playing so poorly? Because the results have been great, yes, except from today, the first defeat of the season, which I think a lot of Newcastle fans would have said, yeah, I'll take that. Mid-September, first defeat. But
we have a good record here, though, don't we?
We do. I've come down here loads of times. We've won, but
football evens itself out, doesn't it? We were due a win at Molineux last week, and these were probably looking at this game and saying, "Fuck, we haven't beaten these at home for years. It's about time we did," sort of thing.
What is it? Do we need a settled defence? Do we need a settled midfield? Because does he know his best midfield yet?
Everyone else does.
Because it's chopping and changing, isn't it? Because it's Joe Linton. You would think on paper, but football isn't played on paper. It's Tonali, Joe Linton, And
Well,
Bruno.
midfield today, I before the game, I was saying that my midfield three would have been Tonali, Bruno, Willock.
But we hardly do not miss Sean's energy there. We hardly.
He brings balance to the team, doesn't he? But I just think long term, I think it may be time to change from 4-3-3 a little bit. But
Yeah, because there is spells, even as I say, I was going back to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes has been our best attacker, and he hasn't always started every game. And Gordon looks a little bit off. Even he's
yeah, very odd. And Bassey and Anderson played very well today.
Yeah, I thought Anderson was their best player, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just something, I don't know, it's something, you go back to the drawing board, you mix it up, and, Tuesday's a big game. I think you've got to, it'd be nice to put on a performance and win as well.
Yeah, but you want to rest players.
I think you will. I'm thinking what Eddie Howe's thinking.
I don't think you will.
Do you think he'll go strong?
Relatively.
I think every single player on that bench starts, including Asula.
I don't think Asula will
Dubravka
start.
will come in.
No, I think Pope will play. I think Almiron might play. I don't think he'll make as many changes as you would think. I mean, you would expect Tonali to come in and play because he did the previous round, but you just never know. You can't play poker with Eddie Howe.
You mentioned just there, Mitchell, obviously he was there, Darren Neils was there. We've seen a lot of negativity with Craig Hope. I've openly admitted I've done that video, so I'm happy to say that. Murmurs in the background that there's something could be rumbling with not just the Daily Mail, there was other outlets as well. But you mentioned the transfers there, Sam. Is that do you think any would have changed if we had Mark Gay here in that back line today? Because I don't. I think we still would have got beat today.
Potentially. And Mark Gahey's form has nosedived as well. There's a bit of a thing like, do you remember
Jamie Vardy's like my age and just darting past them.
Yeah. Do you remember when Van Dijk was on the move though, but was still at Southampton? Liverpool didn't get him first time round, and Van Dijk's form just nosedived for Southampton, but then goes to Liverpool and then, all of a sudden is a world class defender again. So I don't know. Journalists have to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. It is getting a bit monotonous, but not all is well. But
do you think it's not? Do you think it's blown up out of proportion?
It's getting that way, yeah. But
because as much as I love you, we don't speak every day. Most days
we don't need to. Yeah, but we're not running a Premier League football team. Thank God.
So we're tired enough running the fan channel. Never mind.
I mean, look, you get people at work you don't get on with.
Yeah, it's like you go to work.
Remember, was it Inzaghi and Shevchenko never got on? Who were the ones
Sheringham and Cole.
Yeah, didn't get on. As long as you do your job.
Yeah.
Does it matter whether you invite each other round for drinks?
I think it's just blown out of proportion, personally. But
either way, the next transfer window is so important. So important.
Well, do you go back for centre back or? Because you'll have Botman back, you'll have Lascelles back.
I think so.
I think we're stacked. You've got Alex Murphy in the 21s. You've got Lewis Miley coming back to centre midfield. Wilson's Wilson, but
you need right wing.
I think clubs know we've got money, and hopefully we invest because we have had some great buys down the years in January. So hopefully,
right wing and the centre back is what we need, and we've known this for 12 months. So,
but do you think
it doesn't change?
Do you think that Eddie Howe needs a second option? Because Paul Mitchell's obviously said that it was basically Mark Gahey or no one.
I don't think that's realistic. I think there will be a short list of players, which what there has to be. I don't know, but it's end of September. We're at least 3 months away from that now. But nothing's going to change. It's going to be share and burn for the foreseeable. I mean, it was the downside of share today. Yes, he gives you wonderful skills going forward, but that's the bad side. Defensively today, we were so poor. All 3 goals were absolutely disgusting.
I think Harvey Barnes was our best player, but he's still way down. We're going to have a debate who's the worst, to be honest with you, but there could be a catalogue, yeah. But I think as a channel, I think we'll end the Paul Mitchell stuff. I wanted to do that, Craig Hope, unless it comes up again, which we don't want it to be.
Yeah, but because journalists have to ask, just to play devil's advocate, journalists do have to ask questions.
But the way it's gone about it is pushing when no one else is doing it. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's pushing the buttons, and you've seen Eddie Howe's response yesterday. I've already answered that. The same question was asked twice. It's like, come on. But we're going to put that to bed. We're not going to go on about it. We're talking about it today. We talked about it yesterday. But me and Sam are back down here with Mike as well. Sorry, Sullies.
From Adidas fame.
Yes. Sorry, Sullies, if you're watching. Didn't see you today.
I did.
I didn't because I was late because of National Express. Thank you. Got to get the megabus home. Lovely. But that's it from me and Sam from Craven Cottage. I'll say Craven Cottage because we're only next door.
Yeah, it's there.
It's literally there, isn't it? That's it from us too. See you everyone. Ta-da.